One of the ways to improve your productivity while working with Microsoft Excel is to make use of shortcuts. So today in this video, we'll be looking at some common shortcuts that can be used to improve our work here on Microsoft Excel. Let's get into business.
Alright, in the last video I recorded, we stopped here. Now don't forget to save your work, because sometimes when you don't save your work and you mistakenly close the tab, you might not recover it again. So Ctrl S to save, so it saves this now. I don't want to save it as workbook and worksheet fundamental. I want to change the name. I want to save it as, so come here to save as, I want to save as basic Excel, basics of Excel. So I'll rename this basic of Excel. So with save as, you cannot just only save different versions, you can also save your workbook with another different name and the other one will still exist. So basics of cell, then underscore LDAW, yeah, so save. So I have this now. So we're looking at some common shortcuts, and this common shortcut are shortcuts I use to navigate through Excel, worksheet and workbook in Excel. So the first common shortcut we'll be looking at are shortcut for file operations. Remember I told you if you want to create new files, open new folder, you have to go to the backstage view. And how to access that is through the file tab, right? So you can come here and click on new, open, before you can open a new workbook, open folders on your system, save and save as. So what if I don't want to go through the backstage view, through the file tab, I want to just use some shortcuts to get that. So go back. To create a new workbook using shortcuts, it is Ctrl+N. So press Ctrl+N and it opens a new workbook. So you can say a new workbook with the name book 1, which is by default. All right, so let me close this, closing this workbook. So what if I want to open an existing workbook? To open an existing workbook, the formula to use or the command to use is Ctrl+O. So Ctrl+O will take you, so it's asking, okay, where do you want to open? Let's say I want to open my workbook and worksheet fundamentals. So it takes me back to my workbook and worksheet fundamentals file that I saved. All right, so if I want to, let me close this. I want to save my current workbook. To save, instead of going back to look for save here, I'll just say Ctrl S. So Ctrl+S saves my workbook. What if I want to open the save as dialog box? I want to save this particular file in a different version or with a different name. So to do that, I have to just press my F12, my function key F12. So F12 brings out the save as dialog box and asks you, okay, what do you want to save it with and what version do you want to save it with? But I'm not saving, so I'll just cancel. I'm just showing you how to. Okay, to print this file, instead of going back here to select print, all I have to do is just say Ctrl P. So Ctrl P will open the print page where I can now print out my work if I want to. So I would go back. And the next common shortcut we'll look at a shortcut for editing. Shortcut for editing. What if I want to copy this whole data here into another cell? All I have to do is just highlight everything, Ctrl C. Then to copy is Ctrl+C, Ctrl C. Then I'll bring it here. To paste it is Ctrl V, Ctrl+V, and I'll paste it here. That's how we do it. What if I want to copy from here? Copy from Faith down to Deborah, record from Faith down to Deborah. I want to cut it from this table and paste it somewhere else. So we use Ctrl X to cut it, then we'll use Ctrl V to paste it somewhere else. So Ctrl S, I've cut it this way, but you're still seeing it, right? And come here, Ctrl V. The moment I put Ctrl V, now it takes the data from this table here and paste it here. So we use Ctrl X to X. to cut selected cell. What if I don't want this action, I want to undo it, undo what I did now. To undo is Ctrl Z. Instead of coming here to press this undo, to go back. So let me just go back, undo, redo it. So Ctrl Z would undo my action, Ctrl Z undoes my action, Ctrl Y redoes my action. Instead of using this quick access toolbar here. Alright, so let me just go back, Ctrl Z. So what if I want to fill down here with Deborah all through? To do that, I'm just going to select this and use Ctrl D. Ctrl D fills down Deborah. Moving down to the next cell, Ctrl D fills down Deborah. So that's how we use Ctrl D to fill down copies of the content of a cell at the top into the rest of the selection. So what if I want to fill to the right? I want to fill Deborah all through to the right. To do that, you use Ctrl plus R. So Ctrl plus R will help me fill Deborah to the right. Deborah to the right. Ctrl R. Help me fill Deborah to the right. So that's that. If I want to edit an active cell, a cell, instead of double clicking to type in something else, if I want to edit it, I can just say Ctrl Z. Let me go back. I just say I want to change this biro to black biro. All I have to do is just press the F2 button, the F2 function key. So F2, you can now see that the cursor is blinking. You can now edit it and say not biro anymore, for black biro. Enter. Okay, so to enter data in a selected cell and keep that selection active, we use the enter Control plus enter. So Control enter here, type in happy, Control enter. You can see I'm here, so it's keeping the cell active. I enter a data and still keep that cell active. Use Control plus enter. If I want to move in, I'm still typing here. Let's say I select a cell. I want to say Blessing is teaching data analytics. I want to type that in that cell. Blessing is teaching. So I want to move to the next line instead of continue that way. So to move to the next line, I'll use Alt and enter. Alt enter, move to the next line. Blessing is teaching data analytics. Now hit enter. So you can see that. All right, so what else are we going to look at now? We're going to look at how we can format, shortcut for formatting. Shortcuts for formatting our data. Remember how we use these commands in the font group and number group to format this table, this data here. So let's use shortcuts to do the same formatting on this range of data here. How do we do that? The first thing we did on this table was to make the column headers here bold. So if I'm going to do that, I'm using shortcut, all I have to do is to highlight all this. Then the shortcut for bold is Ctrl B. Ctrl B makes it bold. You can now see that this is no longer in a faint color, but it's now bold than the rest. So to italize it, the numbers here is just Ctrl I. Instead of coming here to click on italics. So I just italize this using Ctrl I. What if I want to underline? Just the way I underlined this one here, I want to underline. So to underline is just Ctrl U. Ctrl plus U and underline the column headers. To create a table, currently this is a range. What is a range? A range is a combination of selected cell. This is a range now. This is just a range. I just highlighted the whole cell. This is a range. This is a range of data. This is not a table. This is a range of data. So I want to change this from range to table. The shortcut to convert, instead of going to my insert tab and selecting table like this, to get that using shortcuts is just Ctrl T. Ctrl T brings out that dialog box. Okay, what do you want? Where is the data for your table? This is the range, and your column has header. Yes, it has headers. Then okay. So I have that's changed this to table. So immediately it converted it to table, the range to table. You can see we have a table design. We call this contextual tab. These are contextual tabs. They are not there, but the moment we try to bring out the table, we now see this new tab here for the table design tab. Okay, so The next thing we want to look at now, so let me just take it back. So I'm going to undo, Ctrl Z to undo. The next thing we're going to look at, I want to format this price to currency. Instead of coming here to select currency or look for currency here, to do that, I'll just use the shortcut Control plus Shift plus the dollar sign. The dollar sign is with the number 4. The number 4. So Control Shift 4 will give me the dollar sign. So I'm highlighting this, then Control Shift and dollar sign. So you can see that you have the dollar sign in front now. So I can just come and decrease the decimals, right? So what else? What if I want to apply percentage to this discount here? Highlight everything, then Control percentage. Number 5. Shift percentage. Can you see now I have percentage? You see the data here has changed from decimals to percentage. That's how we do that. So I want to apply formatting to a apply formatting to a date. Come here. This particular, we formatted it to text. So how do I change this from text to date? So it's going to be Control Shift and hash. You can see it has changed this to date. It's no longer showing in text anymore, but date. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at are formulas. Now, shortcut for formulas. So let me go back. Try to come here. Let's say I want to multiply every quantity here by price. To do that, we'll say, okay, maybe equal to, let me just give it sales, name it sales, and I'll say equal to this multiplied by Shift 8, multiplied by price, right? Enter. Then I'll click on this drop down button to fill for the rest. Right? So what if I want to sum this whole data together? Normally we're still going to get here. You say equal to, you can say equal to sum, double click on it, then highlight all this range, right? And hit enter. But with the use of shortcuts, using shortcut, all I have to do is just equal to, then select the cell I want to sum everything up to, and I'll say Alt, press my Alt and I equal to. Can you see? The moment I press Alt and equal to, it automatically summed everything for me. Now hit enter to get the result that I want to get. Okay, so that's on how to use shortcuts for formulas. So other useful shortcuts that you need, if you want to open a find dialog box, you want to find something, you want to open maybe I want to find pressures on this table or this range of data. I want to find pressures. So Control F will bring out the find dialog box. Control F brings out, okay, what do you want to find? I want to find pressures. Then find. I'm finding pressures, so find all. To help me find pressures. Okay. Can see that's helped me selected the name pressures. Okay. The next formula I'll be looking at, you want to bring out the find and replace dialog box. You use Control H to do that. Control H brings out the find and replace dialog box. I'm saying find pressures. What do you want to replace pressures with? Replace pressures with Jedediah. Then next. That's all. Replace. I'm replacing all. So can you see now that close? Can you see now that where we have pressures here, we no longer have pressures, we now have Jedediah. Here too, we now have Jedediah. So anyway, there's pressures, that's changed it to Jedediah. So that's all that. So the last thing I'll be showing us here is how we can, if you want to activate your ribbons and show some shortcut keys for commands. To activate all your ribbons, remember these are ribbons. To activate all your ribbons, you just press the Alt key. So when I press the Alt key, you can see all the ribbons become activated. You can see this is F for file, H for home, N for new, E for page layout, M for formulas, A for, then you can see. If I want to open the data tab, I'll just say Control A, then Control A with, don't forget Control A is to highlight all your cells, right? But as long as you press the Alt button to activate your tabs, you can now use those letters showing on those tabs to connect to them. So I press Ctrl A now, and it has opened the data tab for me. I can see all the commands and the groups there in my tabs. So to activate your ribbons and show the shortcut key for those commands, you just press your Alt button to do that. All right, so with these basic navigations techniques and shortcuts, you will be able to work with Excel more to format your data and edit them with ease. So that is all for today and for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do well to practice very well. Like and share, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you don't miss out from any of the upcoming videos. Thank you.